And okay, we are recording. All right, so this is John Reilly. I'm going to go through the back office training real quickly here. We got some great new additions to the back office, and we'll talk about some of those here in just a moment. Let me just get my screen as big as I can get it without cutting out the chat. All right, excellent. So I will maximize this here, and I think I'll have to go back and forth to check out the chat. So basically, just wanted you guys to know that there's a, you guys can see my screen okay? Let me just make sure, give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the screen. Okay, good, excellent. All right, so there is a new section I want to point out to you guys first and foremost. If you go to support here, FAQ, so frequently asked questions. So this is really, really useful. It's already given me some clarification on some things that I didn't know, some things that I kind of knew, but I needed some more clarification on. So if you guys, what I would recommend, honestly, is go through each one of these when you get a chance over the next couple days or whatnot, and just read every single one because it's going to help you. And I got one question here. Okay, thank you so much. You can see me okay. So go through each one of these. It's really not going to take that much time, and it's going to answer a lot of questions before you even know you have to ask them, which is nice, right? So that way we can save support some trouble. And if you read through this and you still don't know the answer, ask me or ask whoever brought you into this opportunity before you send a support ticket. So that would be the next stage. And then after that, if all of us can't figure it out together, which typically never happens, then we can get a support ticket sent. That's how I'd like, our team to do it, just to take some of the pressure off. These are human beings on the other side of the support team. They're not just robots. They have feelings and they experience stress. And we had just a viral growth spurt during the pre-launch of this thing. And, they have to deal with all the people that get into this opportunity as a pre-launch, but are demanding perfection. And unfortunately, those people do come along quite often. And they're the ones that send 10 emails instead of 1. So these are human beings on the other side of these emails who have to go through 10 times the amount of emails because of people like that. So I want to make sure our team is not like that, and we have a better system that we can problem solve internally. So I would recommend going through all these first, and then we'll go from there. So let's just go back to the dashboard. I'm going to go through each one of these tabs here and just basically we're going to keep it very simple. So this is just showing you that they have a new support. Before I do that, let me go back here, guys, and just show you one more thing. If you do need to submit a ticket, go to support, hit FAQ, and then you'll see down at the bottom here of all the frequently asked questions, here is where you'll see open a ticket. And what they're going to do is they're going to have you actually generate a token, just like you would do when you compound your gains and all that. And so for those of you that don't know what that means, I'll show you that in a minute. But that would be at the very bottom if you do need to open up a ticket. All right, good to go. All right, so that's pretty easy. So basically, hopefully they'll get this pop-up out of there in the next couple of days. I'm sure they're just trying to let everybody know that here it is, do not send me an email, look here first. So they're probably just trying to make sure everybody sees that. So let's go ahead and move on here. Basically, when you go in your dashboard here, you're going to see all these different, basically they're wallets, okay? So these are wallets, and keep in mind when you're speaking Spanish, sometimes they'll switch the words around. So this would be the commission wallet, right, or the wallet commission. But, just keep in mind it's the commission wallet, the trade wallet, the exchange wallet, and the funds wallet. Now, what we are being told is that the funds wallet is going to have something to do with loading a card that's coming up soon that people will be able to load. I'll definitely get some more clarity on that, but for now, we're not really sure what that's going to be used for, but we will find out. But these three are pretty self-explanatory. Commissions are going to be based on what you make in the marketing side. You know, when you're building a team and you're choosing to participate in the affiliate side, that's commissions. You're not going to see anything from trading coming into commissions, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's really important to know. So if you're not building a team, you're not going to see anything in that commissions wallet. The trade wallet is going to be from your trades, right? Pretty self-explanatory. So that's going to be anything that pops up in there is going to be what has been generated for you in the trading platform. So that's pretty self-explanatory as well. So they're not just going to increase your exchange amount. They're going to put it into the trade wallet, and then you're going to actually go in there and manually reinvest it. If that's what you want to do, you're going to manually reinvest it into your exchange, okay? So this is the exchange wallet. Again, total deposit is down here, and we had some clarification on this. So based on our understanding right now, what they're doing is they're allocating 55% of what you deposit to trade work. So basically that's going to be going into the exchange and exchanges and actually trading. And then up to 45% you will see will be used for basically paying off fees and affiliate commissions and things like that. So basically, not fees, but commissions rather. So basically that's what you're seeing there. And you'll see here that if you wanted to pull out early before your contract was up, they would only release half the funds right away. So that's what that means, basically. If you basically wait until you complete the contract, then once you pay all your fees out and everything, you don't have to renew. Renewing is not forced. And there is one situation where they will automatically resubmit that exchange amount, and I'll show you that in a minute. But if you're just a passive trader, you don't have to you're not going to worry about the 5 times within that 1 year or that 8-month contract. So this was really important to understand that this amount is what would be released if you were to pull out today. And keep in mind, guys, that while I'm going through this training, you know, there are things that are continuing to evolve in terms of the numbers, and I am certain within the next week I'm going to have pretty much almost 100% understanding of how this entire platform works. But this has been a process in the making, and that's just how this kind of goes. And as you can see, the wallet funds, as we mentioned, we're still learning about what that's going to be for, but we believe that's going to be tied to a debit card, basically. And then the total earnings is just cumulative. So that's between your exchange amount, so the amount that was trading, the amount that you earned in trading, and your commission. So that's just total. So that's those two combined is what that represents. Okay. So moving on further, you'll see here that they'll show you at what level you are. Now, you guys, if you look at this total amount right here, you'll see that I have 7.93 deposited, right? So once I hit 5 Bitcoin and that total amount deposited, I was at a senior trader. So that's very, very simple. So you can actually put little bits of Bitcoin into this exchange and move yourself up incrementally. So it's not about paying one sort of separate cost for the next level or anything like that. This is all the upgrading is done at your own pace and when you choose to do so, and you can do that incrementally. You can do that by rolling in your trades into the exchange, right? You can do that by rolling in your commissions from the marketing side into the exchange, and you can create a hash, and I'll show you what that looks like, but you can create a hash and basically roll both of these in. So you can, for example, if you had a 0.5 Bitcoin in your trade and you had 0.5 Bitcoin in your commissions, you could go in and generate a hash for 1 Bitcoin, and then you could pull 0.5 from here and 0.5 from there. That's basically how that goes. And I actually have a video, so I'm not going to go through that here tonight, but I have a video that I can put the link to, and that'll show you exactly how to compound through generating a hash and then paying the hash. So if we roll down here a little bit further, you'll see that this reinvest bonus, well, what is that? So basically, what that is it's telling you that when you hit 5 times the amount of your total deposited. So what's the total deposited amount? Well, that's this amount right here, right? The 7.93, that's total deposited. So when your earnings, your total earnings hit 5 times the amount of your total deposited, they're automatically going to renew you, okay? So they're going to renew you guys, so keep that in mind. If you put in 5 Bitcoin and you've made 25, this is between both commissions and trades, you are going to pay 5 Bitcoin. Now, here's the good news. If you're making that much money, or Bitcoin rather, if you're making that much Bitcoin, guess where a large chunk of that is going to go? It's going to get paid up the network in both direct, indirect, and team bonuses. Well, what does that mean for you? Well, if you're building a team at that rate and you're earning 5 times your Bitcoin in shorter amounts of time, that means that people below you are also earning 5 times their amount. So you're also going to be getting paid from your downline in this reinvest amount here, the auto renewal. And that's really something to keep in mind, because I think it's easy to get discouraged and be like, oh, well, they took, they're taking 5 of my Bitcoin. Well, that's because you made 25 Bitcoins, right? Not only that, but it's because you're building a network, because this is not a likely scenario for someone who's just passively trading, right? So if you're building a network at that speed, you're going to be contributing to that network on the way up. But guess what? Everybody below you, that means you're building a big team. So you're also going to be getting paid, I think, many times more over that from the network and the team you're building below you. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, if you look at this amount, just to clarify, right? 7.93 total earnings, 33.67. So if you look up here, you can see 7.93, right? And total earnings is 33.67. So what that's showing you is that once you get to 39 in total earnings, that is going to apply that reinvest bonus, that automatic renewal. And what is going to happen is that your days of trading, your contract is going to renew. So it's going to start over. Now, again, this is a non-issue, because if you're making that much Bitcoin, that means you're building a team. So why would you ever pull out of the exchange all of your amount and lose your position in the matrix? It makes no sense. So it's very well balanced if you really just take a step back and look at this and understand this, each individual component. It's going to be beneficial regardless of who's participating, because this is going to be good for people who are building teams, okay? And basically the qualifications, I want to show you guys something. So qualifications mean, and this is the one thing that has not yet been updated. So these are not tracking inside your back office, but they are tracking in the system. And I know this because I can see people below me in my network view who have completed these qualifications. So we'll go over that in a minute here. But just so you know, these are not calculating right now on your dashboard, but they are being tracked. So don't worry about that. And I'll get more into what those qualifications are too. That's for the career plan, they call it. So let's go down and look at these days of trading. So if you guys take this amount, 33 out of 225, you'll notice that because I am a senior trader, I have a year contract. So a year divided by the amount of weekday trading, because they trade from Monday through Friday, it comes out to this amount, 225, okay? So that just means that I've done 33 trading days out of 225 that obligates me for that contract. Now again, if I make 5 times the amount, they're gonna reset that. So again, it's not gonna happen if you're just trading passively, but if you're building a team, like I mentioned before, yeah, it's gonna reset. But 2 things about that. You're gonna be getting paid from below you as well, the team that you're building. So you're gonna be getting paid most likely many times over from the amount of Bitcoin you're gonna earn. And on top of that, why would you want to pull out of your contract anyways? You're not going to want to, because you're building an organization. So basically that's what that is. And then you'll notice here that that number is broken down into 3 sections of 86 trading days. So all that means is that this is cycle 1. So there's 86 days. That's after 4 months, or right, 4 months, they're going to charge 25%. Then your second cycle, 86 trading days. And then after that second 4-month period, they're going to charge you the 25% on profits. And then cycle 3, 86 days again. That's your last, the last section of your try cycle, I guess you would call it. And then you're going to pay that final 25% on the profit. So it's pretty self-explanatory if you just break it down. So if you're just an apprentice and you don't plan on increasing the amount in your exchange, well, guess what? You're only going to have 2 of these cycles, right? 1 cycle and 2 cycle equaling 8 months. But if you upgrade to the senior trader, they're going to add 4 months onto your contract. They're not going to start it over. They're just going to add that extra 4 months. If you go from apprentice to trader, they're going to add that extra 4 months. Once you get to trader, it's the same amount of time if you go up to the senior trader level. Registration link is right here. So you guys can basically click that and it'll open up a new window. I'll show you right here. And then you guys can just copy this. What I like to do is, basically copy it and then save it somewhere in my notes or wherever you want to save it. And you can send that out to people. You can also get it up here as well. If you want to sign a friend manually, you can click sign friend. It will open up the same exact page. It doesn't matter which method you use. One is not better than the other. It's just a different way of getting to your sign up link. Alrighty, righty. Let's scroll down here. And, let's go to the trade work. So this is important to write down. Depending on what time this means by you, I can't really do the math right now, but I can just tell you that after 4:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays, everybody, existing traders as well as new traders, will have to go in here and click this little drop down and choose your risk. So that is basically the protocol per the FAQs. That's what we do. Every single member does that. So make sure when you're coming on, don't miss that 24-hour window. I have people that have been involved for 2 weeks and haven't been trading yet. So that's a really important piece of information you want to share with your teams. And that's something that's really important. When you guys decide to bring one person, just one person into this opportunity, you're choosing to be a leader. And that's something I always stress with people. When you decide to bring someone in, you're making a choice to be a leader. So help that person learn and help them, be connected to the tools that will help them learn. So all you have to do after 4:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is hit this little down arrow and then choose your risk. You'll see at the top of the screen here, there'll be a little green box that pops up and says risk successfully changed or something like that. And then within a few minutes, you can refresh your screen and those wheels will start spinning. So there's a 24-hour window to do that, guys. So you have 24 hours. So if you're out Sunday enjoying your afternoon and you're like, oh my goodness, it's 6:00, don't freak out. Enjoy your Sunday. It's not the end of the world. You have 24 hours from that time frame to get that going. So it gives you quite a lot of time to get that going. But you'd be surprised how many people still don't make it. Just pay attention to it and we'll be okay. So when you guys go into your account, some of you are going to notice that it says your account is not active. Now, here's another thing to not freak out about, and I'll tell you why. I had to drink some water, excuse me. So why should we not freak out? Because they use the word active, which is kind of an intimidating word. It's like, oh my goodness, my account is not active. I can't do anything. Well, that's not true. Just like when you go and sign into or you create like a LinkedIn account, right? It's going to tell you your account, your profile is 70% complete. That's basically all it's telling you. Okay? So the good thing is this. You can do everything that anybody can do with the trading and with the business building and earning commissions and earning trade profits with this being incomplete. Okay? So it's not going to be the end of the world. That translation thing is going to drive me crazy. But anyways, and this is being very glitchy. I'm not sure why it's being glitchy, but hopefully I think it's just the Zoom. So basically, all you have to do is complete these steps. And then once you complete these steps, these 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll get that little green arrow like I got. And what that will allow you to do is it will allow you to make a withdraw. So to send Bitcoin from your commissions or your trade wallets to an outside Bitcoin wallet. That's what it allows you to do. But guess what? If you're not building a team or you're not trading yet, it's not the end of the world. So don't worry so much about that being active. In fact, if you're not active, you can still, if you're generating commissions, you can help your new people come on board by having them generate a hash in their back office. and then you can use your own commissions to pay that hash. So there's plenty of time to get that completed. It's not crucial, it's not critical. But if you're wondering, I've heard people say, well, why don't they give you a step-by-step process? I said, okay, here's a step-by-step process. It's literally right here. All you have to do is buy a package and then enter your address. And if you click the bubble, it's going to show you how to do that. And then you're going to send a document that's all in the same section. And then you're going to enter your Bitcoin wallet. Well, what's a Bitcoin wallet? Well, a Bitcoin wallet is an outside Bitcoin basically exchange or just a wallet. I recommend having an exchange and a wallet or one in both. What does that mean? An exchange is a platform where you can buy and sell Bitcoin, and you can basically accumulate Bitcoin. If something's just a wallet, you can't buy or sell Bitcoin, you can just store it. So that's the difference between the two. An example is Coinbase is an exchange wallet because you can buy and sell, and you can also store it, right? Whereas something like blockchain.info is just a wallet because you can't actually purchase Bitcoin, you can only store it. I recommend having both of those. I think blockchain is really good for storage, especially since it's offshore. And since we're US citizens, we will subject ourselves to all sorts of craziness that the IRS is trying to do. But if you have a blockchain wallet, that would not be a possibility because it's offshore. So anyways, let's rolling down here. This is just basically they call it a candlestick chart. It just shows you the movement of Bitcoin. As you can see, it's not volatile at all. Just kidding. All right, but at the same time, it's outperformed every currency, stock, bond, and commodity, over the past several years. So I mean, it's all a matter of looking at it in terms of a length of time. So they show you the trade work happening right here. I think this is really cool. So these are all the sell orders, right? So these are when they're selling and generating profit. And these are the buy orders. So these are basically the sell orders and the buy orders. So I think that's pretty cool. And down the road, we've been told that they are going to have a manual trading platform set up. I won't be playing with that, but if any of you out there are actual traders like Dave, I know is a trader, and you think you can do better than what we've been seeing, about 0.75% per day, then have at it. And they're going to have that option open up to people as well. All right, so that's the dashboard. So let's go through these different views here before we get into the rest. So you have four different I guess you would call them views, but the first one is going to be My Network. So let me just show you guys that view. All right, so when you come into My Network, you're going to see that, let me just maximize the screen. So you're going to see that you have a total amount of members. So right now I have about 512 members, and I've been in about 6 weeks. So as you can see, guys, this thing can grow very quickly. And then it's going to show you how many you have on your left team and how many you have on your right team. Okay, so how do we maximize this compensation plan? Well, basically what you want to make sure you do is directly sponsor one on your left and directly sponsor one on your right. And that way you can start soaking up the team bonuses. And they even show you right here when you would look at the financial extract. That's the team bonus. So in different companies, they may call that a network bonus, but basically that gets paid out every day. I see it in the evening time. And what it is it's 10% of all the volume on whichever team does less volume that day. As you can see, I have just a crazy amount of growth. When they say binary points, guys, 1 point equals 1 Bitcoin. That's what they're saying, okay? So it's showing you that I have 509 Bitcoins worth of volume just on my left side. That's over $500,000 if you look at it in dollars. And then over 432 members. And then on my right team, they're trying, and they are going to do very well. But as you can see, my binary points have already been accumulated for the day. So I made about half a Bitcoin just today, just in those team bonuses, because I got 10% of all that volume on my right side, which is my weaker team. And I have about 80 members. So that's the binary view. Now, don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. It's just a view. It's just a view that is representing that team bonus, essentially. That's what it is. So it's showing you how many people are on your left team and how many people are on your right team, and it's going to reflect this bonus right here. It's also going to reflect how many cycles you have. And I'll show you what a cycle means. Is actually very, very simple. A cycle is just one Bitcoin on the left and one Bitcoin on the right. So if tomorrow, if I have 2 Bitcoins of volume that comes up over here, well, I already know that I'm matching that on the left. So that means tomorrow I'll get 2 cycles. It's that simple. That's what a cycle is. So when you guys register people and you're wondering, well, you know, where do they go in the tree? Where do they, you know, where do I place them? Well, they're not going to actually fall into this tree until they actually fund their position. So once they fund their position, you're going to see them at the bottom here. So go to your My Network view like we just did and scroll all the way down to the bottom. And that's where you're going to find all the people on the fence, right? All the people that want to just register. It's fun to register, but then that's where it stops, right? So once they fund their position, then and only then will they fall into the matrix. That's it, or the tree, I guess, or the matrix, either one. So once they fund their position, then they're either going to be placed on the furthest bottom left, all the way down to the bottom, or they're going to be placed on the furthest bottom right. That's it. That's the only way you can place people, is either down on the bottom left or down on the bottom right. So keep that in mind. You cannot build people's inside legs, okay? You cannot build people's inside teams. That's impossible to do. So you can't just click this guy and put somebody underneath this individual. You have to, they're either going to go directly down on the bottom left or bottom right when you directly sponsor them. And how you can make sure they're on the right side? Well, let's say Abdul, he gets a hold of me. He says, hey, John, I'm ready to go. I'm going to fund my account. All right, awesome, Abdul. I want him on the right. So I'm going to make sure that this is on the right. Once he updates his account, once he actually funds his account, it can't be changed. Then he falls into the matrix on the furthest position all the way at the bottom on the right there, and that's it. He can't move, okay? So people ask me, does it matter who registers in what order? Not at all. It only matters who funds their position first. And as we know, the minimum amount for funding, right, the first time is 0.30 Bitcoin. That's the least amount you can fund your position to activate your account is 0.3 Bitcoin. When it comes to just creating a hash and compounding gains, you can do 0.003 as the minimum. All right, great. We're in good shape here. Let's go to the next view, which is the matrix network. And this is basically just representing that 3x12. And this is going to be basically, again, if we don't want to complicate it, let me show you guys how to make this a little easier. I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint here. Just to not complicate things. I can't get into too much detail on some of this stuff tonight, because or else we're going to be here for 3 hours. But just to show you, there's different bonuses, right? So there's the direct, there's indirect, there's the team bonus, which is what I just showed you. The binary is what would be reflective of that team bonus. That's why they have that there, so you can look at how many points are on each side, so you know what to expect in team bonuses. And then this is the bonus, right? The bonus residual. This is what is reflective of the 3x12 matrix. So when you're looking at this, don't confuse it and try to think of it all as one thing, right? All they're doing is basically they have different views that reflect different bonuses. And in this comp plan, there are 5 different ways to earn, okay? So that's really powerful, and that's something that's important to know. All right. So we'll go back here and take a look at that. All right, so that's pretty much, we're not going to get into too much detail on that. We'll talk about that later, but the next way we're going to look at is the unilevel. So this is very basic as well. This is going to be reflective of the direct bonus, right? The direct bonus. This is just going to show people that are directly sponsored under you, okay? So these are all the people that are directly sponsored. And as you guys can see, let me zoom in here. This is unbelievable. I'm going to show you guys something. This is somebody on my left team. This is the reason that I have 500 points over there. But as you can see up here, it says points converted. That's the way you can look and see how many cycles people have. So as you can see, she has 250 cycles. That means that she's generated 250 Bitcoins on the left and 250 Bitcoins on the right. So she's in the running for some good prizes that come in the career plan, I can tell you that. but that's really impressive. But that's going to show who's making those cycles happen. All right, so that's it. That's basically the unilevel view, just shows you who's directly under you. The qualification plan, it shows you where you're at in those cycles. Remember, the 1 Bitcoin left and the 1 Bitcoin right. Again, these aren't calculating in the back office right now, but they are being tracked as I just showed you, okay? I'm not going to get into all the awesomeness, but I want that car. And we'll just go from there. Okay, so financial. Let's go to plans first, because I want to show you guys something. Basically, I'm not going to get into deposit funds because I think that also has to do with the wallet as well. This is being very glitchy. I'm not sure what's happening right now. Maybe you guys can't see that on your end, but we'll go with plans and then buy. Again, when you go to plans and buy, very, very simple. This is going to be how you fund your account or how you compound your gains. So when I put in a value here, if I'm a newcomer and I'm just activating my account, it has to be at the 0.30 because you're talking about 0.25 plus the 0.05 registration fee. So it has to be a minimum of 0.30. Anything above that is acceptable. So you can put in 0.60 if you want to be an apprentice and come in for 0.60. You don't have to put in 0.30. That's just the minimum amount you can put in. And then when you actually get involved, they'll show you what level you're at. As you can see here, I'm at 7.93. So that's pretty much it. You're just going to generate the hash, and you're going to pay that hash either from an outside wallet, or maybe your sponsor is going to go into their network, into their back office and go to financial, and they're going to pay your hash by going to pay hash. So this is really important and something to keep in mind. Anytime you guys generate a hash, all you're doing is you're creating an amount that you're going to put into your exchange. That's it. Nothing, it's never any different than that. So anytime you guys generate a hash, basically what you're doing is you're generating an amount of Bitcoin that you're going to put into your exchange. It's never different than that. So maybe that'll make it simpler for some of you guys that might be confusing it in your own minds. It's very, very simple. All it is it's representative of a certain amount of Bitcoin that you are going to put into your exchange. All right, moving on. The worst cottonmouth right now. Okay. So again, when you generate a hash, if you already have an active account, well, most likely you're going to be compounding gains. That's what you're going to do. So when I go to financial and I go to pay hash, what that means is that I want to pay that hash. So I want to put a certain hash into this area. So I would have copied it and then pasted it in here. And then I hit search hash. And I'm not going to do this tonight. I have a video I can share with you guys. But what that's going to do, it's going to pull up the hash that you're searching for, the one that you created. You copied it, and now you're pasting it in here. If it's your hash that you created from within your back office, that means that you're putting the money into your own exchange or the Bitcoin into your own exchange. If somebody else created the hash from their back office and you're going in here and you're going to pay hash, that means that you are going to pay that person's hash. How do you pay that person's hash? Well, it's up to you. Once you put it in the box there and you actually pull it up, it's going to have the different wallets that you can pull from. So you can pay it using your commissions. You can pay it using your trade, right? So if you have some profits from trade and you haven't compounded it yet, you haven't rolled it back in yourself, you can take some of that and use it to help somebody else upgrade. So, there are different ways you can help other people if they're in the process of getting Bitcoin, but I definitely recommend having everybody purchase their Bitcoin and get their coin wallet going, regardless of whether or not you help them get started, because that's something they're going to have to link to their account anyways. So basically, let's go to financial extract. This is a very nice little tool here. Basically, this is just going to show you some details of your daily earnings. Remember when I told you guys about the team bonuses? Those little guys right there. If you're not sure what each of these bonuses represents, just hover over the little logo and it'll tell you what it is. So that's a startup bonus, right? And that's a team bonus. So that's kind of nifty. It shows you what it is. But as you can see, these are all the team bonuses I made today. And it had nothing to do with me directly. One of them did, but most of these were from other people who were bringing on other people. So pretty powerful, right? I mean, you're talking about pretty much residual income right there. So, and if you go down past the details, you can see that they'll show you the total amount for each bonus that you've earned. If you guys are wondering what the trade looks like, this is what the trade looks like right here. Daily receipt trade. So when you see that in your financial extract, that means that that's what you made in trading. So in trading total, I've made 1.57. Okay, and I started with 5, so that's pretty good. And then this is all, obviously I've made more with the marketing side, but you know, again, there is money, there is Bitcoin rather to be made in just the trading. So it shows you each individual bonus and how much you've earned. If you scroll down a little bit further, it's going to show you the deductions. So as you can see, from the commissions, I have paid out, I've taken 20 out of there, right, from paying hashes. That's basically what that means. So out of 20 of those Bitcoins, I've given up my Bitcoins to other people through that pay hash feature to help them get started, just to help people get started. And they will let you do that. So that's a pretty powerful thing. And then from my wallet trade, you guys see that wallet trade right there? I have taken 0.931 and I've put it back into my exchange. That's what that means. So I've taken 0.931 and I've compounded it. I've rolled it back into my exchange. The reason why I have more than what that would equal is because I've taken outside Bitcoin from my outside Bitcoin wallet, and I've also generated a hash and deposited more Bitcoin from my outside wallet as well. But that's what this number shows, is how much you have taken from your trade wallet and put back into your exchange. And then these right here are withdrawals. So these are actually when you take Bitcoin out of either your trade or your commissions and you send it to an outside wallet. So guys, I have done that successfully. I've done it 3 times actually. I've taken Bitcoin from my commissions and I've sent it to my blockchain wallet. I've taken Bitcoin from my trade and I've sent it to my blockchain wallet. So I've done that successfully to test out the system. It's been in there within 24 hours. It was in my outside wallet. So that's what all those numbers mean. Rock on, rock on. Okay, cool. Request withdrawal. Very easy, guys. You just request a withdrawal. So you want to take basically Bitcoin from one of these wallets. And this is how it's going to look if you go to, this thing keeps popping up. This is why patience is a very valuable virtue when you're dealing with a startup. So this is why, this is how this is going to look. So basically when you go to request withdrawal, you're going to do the same thing. I don't know why it popped me back here, but I just did one earlier. But essentially you're going to choose which wallet you want to pull from. So if it's the commissions, you're going to type it below in the commissions part. If it's from trade, you're going to type it in the trade. And you're just going to put the amount, and then you're going to request withdrawal. It's that easy. And it gets sent to your outside wallet that's tied to your account, which you would have already set up. All right, let's blow through some of these here. Tools, check these out, guys. You got some, we don't have anything in the news, but we do have videos. The 10-minute video is in here. So there's a nice 10-minute video that you can share with people. And you can see that they have, let me see, this is the English one. So this is the English version. So if you just hit this little forward arrow right there, it'll give you a link. How nifty is that? So you guys can copy that link and you can share that and use that as a prospecting tool. Pretty awesome. You can go to downloads and get the PowerPoint here. So I have people that ask me for the PowerPoint. You know, you can get it in your back office. Again, they have it in a bunch of different languages. For English, it's going to be Inglés. Okay? Inglés. You can download that. Pretty awesome. And then tutorials, I don't think there's anything in there yet, but there was a lot more coming, guys. So let's go to the fun part. My profile. These are going to be all the steps that you have to complete on the main page. So you see here, all these steps are in my profile, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is when you go to, obviously, plans and buy, and you generate that hash. Once you pay that hash, then you're done. You bought the package. The next step is to enter an address. Where do you go to enter your address? Well, my guess is where it says address. That's where you go. A lot of this stuff is very self-explanatory, so don't overcomplicate it. If you have any questions about it, you can always ask me directly. Send a document. Obviously, you want to fill this stuff in here. Whatever's not filled in, just try to fill it in. It's as easy as you can make it. Some of this stuff won't be able to get changed, like this part, and then once you submit your document, it's going to upload it in there automatically. You can't change the country, and you can't change your name. So you can't change those things. So make sure you get those right when you do submit those. The document, guys, all you have to do is basically you want to go to upload. I can't do that because right now it already has it accepted. But let me just give you guys an example of what it should look like. They even show you here in the instructions. You'd be surprised how many people don't read the instructions. I get people asking me all the time where they just submit an ID, and there's literally a man here showing you, hey, hold up the picture next to your face. So instructions, very important. But I'm going to show you guys what a good example of this is. Thank you to my charming friend Matt here, who gave me his photo to use as an example. See how close it is, guys? Everything is legible. It's got to be in the camera's face, right? All up in their face. So make sure you guys keep it legible, and have somebody else take it too. That helps as well. Don't use the selfie camera. That's low resolution. So use the outside camera and make sure it's very visible, just like that one. And I did it just like that, guys. I got it accepted on the first try. So I did not have a single problem with that. And that's basically it. Enter address, send a document, and then enter your wallet. That's not going to be in this part, but it's very easy. If you just click this, enter your wallet, as you can see, it's going to bring me to, well, maybe it won't. Oh, there it is. Okay. So see how it has a, oh, wow, they let you change it now. This is great, guys. Okay. Somebody had a problem with this, so I just learned something new. So they're letting you change your wallet now. That's really, really good. Because guess what? Somebody took my example and they put my wallet ID in there. So now somebody else has my wallet to, I said, hey, feel free to send me your commissions. That's not a problem. We can work with that, right? But this is really, really good. So they're going to have you basically put in your wallet here. And where are you going to get that? Well, I'm just going to show you guys, because I know a lot of you have Coinbase, and I want to get this out of the way real quickly. Let me show you where to get your wallet. Look at Bitcoin's up to 1,050 already. Awesome. All right, so when you go into Coinbase, for those of you that have a Coinbase, just go to accounts here on the left. Okay? And then you're going to go to BTC wallet. And then up here in the right, see where it says wallet address? You just want to click that. And then there it is, guys. Basically, you're just going to copy this. You're going to go back to your Trade coinclub account, and you're just going to paste it in there. I'm not going to change mine because I have mine set up for my other wallet. And then you're just going to hit token. And what that token is it's a series of 6 numbers. Every time you change something in your back office that's significant, or anytime you move Bitcoin around, they're going to make you generate a brand new token. And they send that to your email, which is a great third level of security. So you basically won't be able to get your account messed with unless somebody has both your passwords and is able to access your email. Does that make sense? So that's pretty secure, much more secure than any of the credit cards I've ever had. So that's pretty awesome. And then once you get your token sent to your email, you'll just put it in there and save changes. So that's pretty much it for that part. Let's go over here to talk about one more thing, and that is to change your countersign. Countersign is the same thing as your XPass, which is the same thing as your transaction password. I don't know why they didn't just use one word. But basically, you'll notice here, I'm going to do this in front of you guys to show you how easy this is. But you see that if I don't have a countersign, I'm going to click here, right? And this is a transaction password, right? You're going to need this to do all transactions. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. Just for an example, I'm going to show you guys. See, your countersign was successfully changed. See your registration email for more information. So I'm going to go to my email without trying to take too long here. Things are running a little slower. But basically, I will go here, look at my countersign, which is 9821964. So I'm going to put 9821964. Okay, so that's exactly what you guys are going to do. Everybody who's new, or if you forget your transaction password, this is as easy as it is to change it. So then you're going to put in your new one. So I'm just going to put in something else here. All right, I'm going to type it in again. And then I'm going to send a token. Again, I'm going to send a token. It's been sent. Let's go back to my email. There it is. I'm just trying not to show everybody's emails there. We go down, 256078, 256078, and I'm going to save changes. Was that hard, guys? That was that easy. I did that in 30 seconds. I changed my transaction password. So before you tell me it's not working or something with the system is broken or this, that, and the other, this is a very simple process. Just make sure you're typing in the right letters. Here's another tip for you guys. Don't copy and paste when you do passwords. Type them in manually, especially the token. There's something glitchy when you actually just paste it in there. So type in the token manually, and that should help you get past that part. And then support, we already went through that. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to open up the floor for questions right now. Let me actually, you guys can unmute yourselves, and I will take any questions you guys have if you want to. All right, I see one question typed here. All right. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, I can't move it out of the way. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. All right, so we got one question, and that is, which wallet does the monthly fee come out of when you reach that point? That's a great question, Huey. And my understanding is that it's going to come out of your exchange, whatever is part of your profits. So that's actually a really good question. Of course, the first one of the night, you already stumped me. But I'll find out for sure if that's the case. But yeah, it's my understanding is if you keep the trade profits. So if we go back here, guys, and we look at, let's go back to the main screen here. So if you guys don't do anything with this pop-up, if you guys don't do anything with your profits in your trade, as what I'm saying is if you don't withdraw them, you don't use them to pay a hash, or you don't roll them back into your exchange by paying another hash, right? If you generate the hash from within your account, guys, all you're doing is putting Bitcoin into your own exchange. If you generate the hash in somebody else's account or somebody else generates it and you pay it, well, guess what you're doing? You're just putting Bitcoin into their exchange. It's that simple. So if you don't do any of those things, they're going to pull it out of your trade wallet. That's my understanding. If you do, then I think they're going to go next. They're going to go into the exchange here. That's what I believe. They're going to go and take it out of the exchange. So hopefully that answered your question. All right. Thanks for taking the time. Cool, Jen. I'm glad it was helpful. I hope it was helpful. It's hard to fit this all into 45 minutes or 50 minutes, but I blew through some of it. But I'll also have some videos that will explain some more. You're very welcome. No more questions, guys? Does anybody have any other questions? I'm going to unmute you guys here just so I can – let me unmute you. Hey. All right.
Hello.
Cool. Any questions, guys?
It's just a lot to take in, so I'm just going to be watching this probably a few times and, just one at a time. It's just too much. So
it's a lot at first, and I will tell you that within a week you'll have it down. Just go through the back office, click buttons, play around. Don't be afraid. You're not going to break anything, right? You're not going to.
Right. Yeah.
The system's going to take all your Bitcoin and go, sorry, you fail. That's not going to happen.
You said that the minimum was, $3 that you got to have before you can transfer it and compound?
The minimum, good question. The minimum to compound is 0.003 Bitcoin.
Yes. Okay. So I just finally reached that because earlier today I was trying to do that and it wouldn't let me switch it over.
Right.
So I just saw when I logged on, just past that point. So I'm going to go ahead and.
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, if you don't have that, if you don't put that minimum amount in the hash part, it won't allow you to generate it.
Yeah, because it said it was like the amount's not there or something like that, you know. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, I typed it in exactly what it's there, but it was under 0.003.
So you have to let it build up a little bit. And then basically, you know, the other thing is that everything is done in Bitcoin. So remember, like everything is referred to in Bitcoin because they don't deal with dollars and stuff. So
right, I know that's something I'm still obviously
So we got somebody, Marjorie. Thanks, Marjorie. After a few times, able to do the rollover without the video. Yeah, just like Marjorie says, once you roll over profits 2-3 times, it's like you can do it in less than 60 seconds once you have it down. It's really easy. You know, and just make sure you guys keep that window in your mind like 24 hours on Sunday after 4 p.m. I'd set an alarm on my phone. You know,
that's what I already did. Yeah, just want to make sure. Yeah, and I guess ironically I got it in somehow.
Salute. Well, all right. You guys have any other questions? That was a healthy sneeze. I like a good healthy sneeze. No other questions, or are you sure, guys? Anything at all? I hope I clarified. There are a few different nuances that I didn't touch on. I just want to keep it. I want to keep it basic for the time being. But that was pretty much the whole back office in a nutshell. And if I missed anything, I apologize. Always feel free to ask me first, before you guys submit a support ticket.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm here. All right, guys. That's it, man. We'll end this here. Thank you for your time. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate all of you. Dave, I can't hear you. Let me unmute Dave. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. I'm going to try to unmute you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
You're very welcome. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Bye.